Hello, welcome to my channel. Here is some key learning points in the course of Influence and Negotiation at IPMI, Jakarta. Before we begin, we start with the introduction of the negotiation. What is negotiation? Negotiation is a process by which we attempt to influence others to help us achieve our needs while at the same time taking their needs into account. In short, negotiation is about finding a solution that leaves both sides happy. And then what is influencing? Influencing is a key part of negotiation. Next topic also we discuss power and influences. Power is potential influence, while influence is a kinetic or power in use. Power is capabilities and advantage to increase the probability of achieving objectives, to get someone to do something desired, or ability to make things happen in the way you want them to. We also learn about principles of power and influence. There are some people are more powerful than others, and also power can be shared, and power also generates privilege. And we also talking about relationship, person, and message power. Power in person, you can gain power due to your credibility, competence, and charisma. While power in the message, there are two types of message, including verbal message that can move people due to strong content, lines, narrative, or symbol in the message. And we also discuss about persuasion. Persuasion is a form of influence. It is process of guiding people toward the adoption of behavior, belief, or attitude that the persuader prefers. And we also talk about the reason why persuasion is important. Persuasion skill can be effective means for achieving our goals. Six persuasion process begin with understand others' motivation and needs. Then we also establish credibility, and then we frame for common ground, and also engage in joint problem solving. And the next step, we should support preferred outcome with logic and reasoning. Then finally, reinforce with appeal to emotion and basic instinct. And there are stages of negotiating. There are 5 steps of negotiating, comprised of preparation and planning, define ground rules, clarification and justification, bargaining and problem solving, and the last stage is closure and implementation. And in the negotiation strategies, we also talking about strategies for effective negotiation. The first one is scripting. What your interests and those of other party? How would you like to end up? What are some ways in which that might be possible? What can you do to make things happen? And the second one is framing. It is a point of view or perspective we bring to an interaction such as negotiation. Then also strategy by managing, including managing yourself, your expectation, the timing of the event of negotiation, and the way which you approach the situation and your feelings toward the other person, and important aspect of negotiation. And other tips, you have to determine your purpose and needs clearly and look forward, not back forward, separate people from the problem, and get a win-win attitude. You should also be clear about your BATNA, best alternative for negotiated agreement. You should also focus on interest, not position, having objective criteria, respond, not react, and use third party when necessary. Next part, we have learning experience by conducting some movie review. This is the most exciting part that we can learn a lot of cases of conflicts, argumentation, and persuasion among diversified movie characters and stories. Here, we bring to you some blockbusters movie for our review. The first one, The Founders, from 2016. The story of the salesman named Ray Kroc, who turned to brothers' innovative fast food eatery, namely McDonald's. And he come into the biggest restaurant business in the world. with the combination of ambition, persistence, and ruthlessness. The conflict between Crocs Vision and the McDonald's brothers' desire for a family-owned business in the central theme of the film. Overall, the founders provide a gripping look at the rise of one of the world's most iconic brands and the complex man behind its expansion. It serves as both celebration of entrepreneurial spirit and cautionary tale about the ethical cost of success.
What you ought to be doing is owning the land upon which that burger is cooked. You're not the burger.
And the next
no actual
movie
training.
I have
we
kids.
review is
Learned a lot right there.
Erin
Yeah, I'm great
Brockovich
with people. When I was first in high
in
school, I
the
married and had a kid too.
year
I'm extremely
of
fast learner.
2000.
A really nice office.
Eric Brockovich's Alice is a woman in a tight spot. Following
You want my
an
number?
accident
I do.
in
How
which
about this for
Erin
number
is not
6?
at
That's how
fault,
old my daughter
Erin
is. 8 is the age of my son. 2 is how many times I've been divorced.
and
16 is the number of dollars I have in my bank account.
I'm glad we got that out of the way. 'cause
This
I didn't
novel.
attract me.
Didn't even-
Erin stumbles on
I'm
some
smart,
medical
I'm
record
hardworking,
in
and I'll do
real
anything,
estate.
and I'm not leaving here without a job.
And
Don't make me beg.
In a law
Yes,
firm, you may want to rethink the
she
wardrobe a
convinced
little.
Well, as long as I
Ed
have
to
one
allow
house instead of 2,
her
I'll
to
wear what I
investigate
like. That's
where
all right.
she
You might
discovers
wanna
the
rethink those
cover-up
terms.
involving contaminant
Why
water
are there medical
in
records
a
and
local
blood
community,
samples in real estate
which
files?
is causing
Don't you wanna
devastating
investigate this
illness
little
among
What
its
makes you think you can
residents.
just walk?
Got off on the wrong foot here. That's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and ugly shoes.
You gotta find a different job or a different guy.
For the first time.
And the third movie is Moneyball from 2011. Oakland A's general manager Billy Beane is handicapped with the lowest salary constraint in the baseball. If he ever wants to win the World Series, Billy must find a competitive advantage. Overall, Moneyball is a story about the power, about innovation, the courage to challenge established norms, and the triumph to intellectual strategy over the traditional wisdom.
Come in and tried to reinvent a system. Now it's just not working out. They call it Moneyball.
And the fourth movie we review, there is a classical movie titled 12 Angry Men that created in 1957. 12 Angry Men is a classic drama that tells the story of 12 jurors deliberating the guilt of innocence of a young defendant accused for murder. It remains a timeless reminder of the importance of fairness, empathy, and integrity in decision making. Okay. Finally, in the last part, we practice our knowledge in negotiation and influence subject to a simple everyday workplace topic. Tips of salary negotiation with 5 scenarios. Here we go. Welcome back. We are lucky here that we have a Zoom connection with a career coach named Mr. Chessman. Mr. Chessman, how are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah, it's good to have you, and thank you for the time to meet our audience. And at this moment, we learning about the negotiation. And let's start with the first problem. This is a common case in people who start their career when they have to negotiate a new salary. Negotiating a new salary can be a challenging process. Not everyone knows how to get prepared and understanding the potential obstacles. And could you please share to us what scenario and approach to tackle those obstacles? Any suggestion? And do you have any example what to say to the employer? Thank you. Okay, thank you. My name is Jasmine. Ideally, before you go into your first interview, you done your research and you've been able to come up with at least a reasonable salary range. And you know you must have a nice to have and walk away numbers. And the approach that you have to do is you always ask and understand as much as possible upfront. So there's no surprises. This is really about trust and transparency actually. Don't forget that you can always ask about compensation upfront, even
if your recruiter doesn't offer to show their cards. And if you ask me what to say, I'm really interested in the role, and once I learn more specific about the job, I can share the range and expect for this role. However, it would be helpful to hear what range you have budgeted to make sure we are not too far apart right now. And that's the example.
Okay, that nice one. And the second case from our research, when you try to renegotiating your current salary at the same role, while staying in the same role can present several unique challenges, right? There are some of key obstacles you might face, such as perception of values, budget constraint, timing, and employer expectations. Do you have any tips for our audience regarding this case when you renegotiating your current salary at the same role?
Okay,
Please.
let me answer.
Okay,
imagine
okay,
that
thank you.
You've been working at your current role
Sure.
and hitting all given benchmark. Perhaps you're not interested in the promotion or responsibilities, but you would like to be compensated for your current achievements in your role. This is when you might bridge the topic of a rise. And the approach is when you negotiating salary, suggest
Of
a
course, yeah.
specific number and justify it with a solid reasoning. Besides highlighting your recent achievement,
Yeah.
you research on industry salary standards and explain how your contribution align with it.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
after determining a reasonable raise, discuss with your boss what performance metrics you should meet to achieve that raise, and show your willingness to put in the effort. And if you ask me what to say, the easiest way to effectively ask for a raise is to cover the who, what, where, why, when, and how. Here's the formula. We call it the gimme formula. G is give background info. I stand for introduce why you are awesome.
Give me.
And M, make your case research based. And the second M, make the ask. And E, end with a bang. This is example of give me approach.
Give me.
Thank you for meeting with me today. As you know, I've been with the company for 3 years, and I've been reflecting on my growth within our team and the company. In my role as editorial manager, I've taken on more responsibilities as our team has grown. Recently, I led the website revamp project, collaborating with the product, technology, and design. Additionally, I created an online onboarding program for new writers, which has saved our team an average about 20 hours per month and repetitive tasks. Now that I'm managing a team of writers or working with marketing to increase our website traffic, I believe it's time to discuss my salary to better reflect my contributions. The positive feedback I've received during our weekly meetings motivated me to research industry salary standards. Based on my findings, on 18% annual salary increase aligns with my skills and responsibilities. Since joining this team, I've continually I'm committed to our long-term success and believe that with an increase in compensation, I can take on new projects and provide even greater value to the company. Are we about to revisit my compensation at this time? Nah, that's the example. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And this is a third case. In the case of you've accepted the offer, but you want to take a second look. Realizing that you want to reassess a job offer after having accepted, it can be so tricky. Bringing up changes after you've already accepted can be awkward, right? Your request might make the employer question your commitment and professionalism, right? And in addition, you might have less leverage that now you've accepted the offer. Any solution and what you should say to the employer if it happens to you? Yeah, please.
Okay. You may have let your excitement take over, causing you to accept an offer without much negotiation. As a result, it might be wise to review the benefits again to make sure that they are meeting your needs. And my take to say to your employer is like this. I'm really looking forward to starting next month, and I appreciate the time you've taken to share details about the orientation week. And I would like to discuss the vacation allotment further. While I understand that there is an existing policy, I've done some research and was wondering if there's only flexibility to offer more. And I understand this would be an amendment to the offer, and I appreciate your consideration. That is one of example that you can write by a letter or talk to your employer directly. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very interesting topic, right? And the fourth case is your offer is way too low. Receiving a low salary offer can be disheartening and present several concerns. The offer might not meet your financial needs or cover your living expenses. Behind it, a low offer might indicate the employer undervalues your skills and experiences. It becomes dramatic when accepting a low salary can affect your long-term earning potential and career growth. So, what is your suggestion about this case? What would you say when it comes to your case that your offer is way too low? And any thoughts?
Okay, interesting question. This is the scenario. You've completed the interview process, and despite noticing some red flags, you choose to proceed. And maybe it was to gain interview experience or because you had nothing to lose. And perhaps the low offer caught you completely off guard. And regardless of the reason, it's clear that the offer is far too low to consider. And the approach, you can imagine that if the offer is way too low based on your experience and qualification, this could be a sign of a toxic work environment. And my suggestion to talk to your employer, you can say like this. Thank you for the offer, but given my experience and salary requirements, this is not an offer that I can accept. If you were able to come up to the range of blah 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 dollar something, I'd be happy to discuss this further.
Okay, the final question of this interesting topic. As when the offer is close to your desired salary range, but you think that it's not quite there, right? And when the job offer is close to your desired salary, the desired salary range, but not quite there, several challenges might arise. So, what is your suggestion when people face this problem, and how to say it to employer wisely? And do you have any advice about this? And
Okay, imagine that you receive a job offer for a new position and it's close to what you were hoping for, but not quite there in order to make you feel completely comfortable with the offer. In this case, you might have to negotiate and to get the total compensation package higher, whether that comes in the form of an increase in salary, a bonus, or other benefits. You may consider the entire compensation package, not just salary. While you may need a bit more, it's important to evaluate the salary along with the other elements like stock option and retirement plans, of which can ensure financial support after you retire. Additionally, benefits such as healthcare, childcare, and flexible scheduling can balance out a salary that falls short of your expectations. And for suggestion to talk to your employer, you can use this phrase. I would like to revisit the discussion on salary expectation. While I appreciate the salary range you previously mentioned and understand budget constraints, I would like to propose a base salary of blah 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 dollar. After gaining a clear understanding of the role demanding responsibilities as discussed with you and other interviewers, I'm confident that I possess the necessary skills to deliver the desired results. However, I cannot do so at the current salary offered. I'm sorry. That's my tips. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, that's very nice. And thank you for your time to attend the Zoom connection. And that's all the tips of salary negotiation in 5 scenarios that you might face in the current career life or in the future. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chessman. Nice hat. Remind me someone. Yeah, in the movie.
Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed and learned from our show. Thank you for watching. I'm Catur Prenu. See you later. Bye bye.